Again, technical difficulties. We're working on that. Here's our media timeout. 15:45 to go. 41-39 Jaguars. Thomas at the line. Misses the first. And misses the second. Dean with the rebound gets it to Tyree. Tyree over to Miguel. Into the corner. Tybez cross court to Troy. Troy fires up the three. No good. Tybez pulls down the rebound, gets it back to Troy. Gets it back to Tyree. Troy will try it again. Good. Mitchell Aflem now with the basketball. Gets it back to Roberts. Roberts almost loses the handle. Over to Jordan Thomas. Thomas for three. No good. Follow up by Rearson. No good. And they say Jag basketball. Tyree with the basketball now. Gets it over to Tybez. Tybez comes top of the key, swings it left. Tyree goes baseline. Tries to dish it inside to Dean. Ball stolen by Roberts. Roberts thundering down the court. Ball is batted away by Dean. Fight for the basketball, and Thomas will come away with it. They'll get it back down to Roberts. This time, Roberts lays it up and in. The Jag went flying into the seats, and he's a little hurt. Miguel Arnold is grabbing his left leg. He tried to block the shot and went flying into the seats. While we have this break, we'll come back. 44-41 Jags. Jags with the basketball now. Tyvez goes inside, back out, into the corner. Troy hits the basket, no good. Aaron pulls down that rebound, gets it back to Tyree, who gets it to Tyvez. Tyvez to Dean. Cross court to Troy. Troy with about the 16-footer is good. Jags now up 5.
Down there by Coach Ryan. Yep. All right.
Bobcats will inbound. Mitchell Flem with the basketball. Ball is saved by Mitchell Flem. Justin Thomas on the right side. That shot is no good. Aaron comes away with the rebound. Aaron up the court for the Jags. Gets it to Tyree. Right side Tyvez. Way cross court pass to Troy. Troy stepped on the line. Turnover Jaguars. Mitchell Flem gets it across to Collins. Collins to Thomas. Thomas tries dishing off. Ball stolen by the Jags. Troy with the basketball. Dishes off inside to Dean. Dean spins in the lane, dishes back off. Troy for 3, does not fall. Dean with the follow-up, gets it. Eight points for Dean. Jags up 7. Shot for 3, no good. By Justin Cave. Inside, Raphael, double teamed, puts the ball down, gets tied up, and is fouled. Justin Cave commits that foul. Here's our media timeout. 11:54 to go in the ball game. Jags are up 48-41. $11:54 to go in the ball game. Jags have themselves a ball game. 48-41. Tyree into the right side to Troy. Troy for 3 again. Good. Mitchell Flem swings it to Thomas. Back to Mitchell Flem. He looks inside. Rearson goes to Thomas, right side for 3. Good. Dean top of the key now. Gets it back to Tyree, who pops the three. Good. Jags up 10. Mitchell Flem.
Jags actually backing down the Bobcats right now. They're looking for an opening, but the Jags aren't giving them any.
Ryerson dishes out. Sampson for three. Good.
Good late liftoff on that three, too. He kind of waited a little bit until the defense got underneath him to where he could lift up the shot with no problem.
Tyree with the basketball, comes top of the key. Swings it to Dean. Dean from about 18 feet, no good. Jags will come away with this basketball. Tyree gets it down to Aaron. Aaron from the free throw line, no good. And a foul on the Jags.
Aaron had a solid look too. Raphael just a little bit too aggressive in trying to get the rebound. You love the effort, you love the aggressiveness, but just too much contact down low.
Now the scoreboard showing that on Dean. I don't know that well, I don't know. I don't know that that's right. Don't know.
Only they can tell, but I'm like you, it kind of looked more like on Raphael, to be honest with you.
Almost. Nice play by Roberts.
Another good defensive stand by Raphael. He's a dominating defensive presence down low today.
Dean has it batted away and is fouled in the process. Fouls on Cole Roberts, his second. Dean will go to the line to shoot a pair. And gets the first to fall. And makes the second. And we've got a whistle. We'll see what this is about. Yeah, we'll never know. All right, Bobcat basketball. They're down 8. Lots of whistles. Okay.
Adding a couple bells in there, and there you go.
Mitchell Flem with the basketball.
You can go Carolyn all down the court with that.
Absolutely. Drive down the lane, dish off. No, nothing there. Tried to get it to Roberts. Roberts was double teamed. Pass to Dean. Dean lays it up and in.
It's a beautiful pass. That's like a quarterback going to a wide receiver because he threw it where only Dean could get it over the back of a Bobcat defender. Gorgeous pass, and the emphatic follow through by Dean.
Ball's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bobcats. Flem inbounds to Thomas. Thomas drives down the lane, batted away by Dean. It's about the 4th block from Dean.
I mean, it's hard to go one-on-one with Dean, especially because of the height he gets on his jump, and then even the quickness. When you're going toward Dean, it's Dean's territory, and at that particular point, if you don't have anything to get by him, he's going to deny you 9/10 of the time he's down low like that.
Shot by Sampson is no good. Ball is off Dean. It'll be Bobcat basketball.
But what that did negate was the speed of Thomas, too, because he had a lane to drive down as well.
Back to Mitchell LaPlemme. Shot from the right side for three. Good for Jordan Thomas.
That's one of those shame on me for driving down low. Once against Dean, he learned his lesson and stayed back and arced up for a three and converted on a massive three for the Bobcats.
Miguel does not appear to be hampered by running into the stands. Dean gets it blocked by Roberts and then gets fouled by Roberts. I think that'll be the third foul on Roberts.
Just a little bit too strong, trying to get separation from Dean. Just give him a little bit of an elbow there.
Jags inbound to Dean. Dean drives in the lane, puts up the shot, no good. Roberts pulls it down. Mitchell LaPlemme up the court. Quickly to Isaac Roberts. Isaac throws an elbow, puts up the shot, and makes the shot.
Any way you can create space against this Jags defense, go for it, because it's tough to do so on your own anyway, but he had the perfect leverage on that shot.
Darren gets it to Tyvez. Darren almost loses the handle. Only got 5 on the shot clock. Got to put it up. Drives in the lane, throws up the shot, no good. Mitchell LaPlemme down the court, takes it all the way, lays it up, batted away, goaltending on Dean.
That goaltending may be a saving grace because it looks like White may be down. He's up now, but he's in some pain.
We have our media timeout. 7:11 to go. Jags are up 4. Tip wants a timeout. 5:26 to go. Jags up 2.
Still got some breathing room in terms of being in the bonus.
Yep. Dean with basketball. Troy, no good. Roberts pulls down that rebound. Under 4 to go. Mitchell Aflem with the basketball. Spins, stops, pops, no good. Follow-up by Roberts is good, and the Bobcats are in the lead. Guerin to the basketball. Gets it back to Dean. Dean for 2. Does not fall. Roberts pulls that down. And now with 3 minutes to go, the Bobcats are up 2 and have the basketball.
Needless to say, a very crucial possession for both squads.
Mitchell Aflem loses it, and the Bobcats call timeout. 2:55 to go. Jags down 2. All right, 2:55 to go in regulation as the Bobcats lead 62-60. Bobcats played USC Aiken tough on Wednesday night, in the end losing to them. They are 4-2 on the year. That was their first conference loss Wednesday night. First conference game this afternoon for the Jaguars. Mitchell Laflemme inbound, gets it to Roberts, gets it out to Isaac Thomas. He drives in, hops, banks it off, no good. Darren with the rebound. Jags looking to tie.
He had a good shot selection there, but just a little too hard.
Dean gets it into Darren. Darren spins, back out to Dean. Dean goes baseline, throws up the shot, and is fouled. Dean will go to the line.
He had some open space, decided to take it into the interior even more, got fouled, but man, oh man, a good job by the Jags to keep that alive.
That is too hard.
That's one thing with this Bobcat defense. They've been patrolling and prowling on the paint, and they have good paint defense.
And as one could have predicted, when the first one's too hard, the second one is not hard enough. Bobcats by 2 and have the basketball.
Yep. They're trying to compensate a little bit too much, try to adjust a little bit too hard on the free throws, and now they have an opportunity to tie or push through ahead.
And Mitchell Laflemme's shot is no good. It's Bobcat basketball, and they will have a brand new shot clock.
Tough break for the Jags as well, because they had possession. They just couldn't wrangle in the basketball to keep it from going out of bounds.
We've got players that fell, and that caused the pass to go out of bounds. It'll be Jags basketball now. 2 minutes to go in the ball game in regulation. Jags find themselves down 2. We'll do a little housekeeping. We do a lot of housekeeping. Jags with the basketball. Troy gets it to Raphael, swings it left. Get it inside to Dean. Dean, no call, misses the shot. Raphael pulls down the rebound. No foul there, and the Bobcats come away with it.
Those are 2 good no calls, because Dean got really good separation there. Didn't use any part of his body to contact. Just had really good positioning down low, and then on the opposite side, just getting all ball. So it's fair and equal on both occasions there. Now we're back to square one with the Bobcats having the ball.
And the Bobcats burn clock. They're down to 7. They're down to 4. Mitchell Laflemme for 3. No. Fight for the rebound. Jags come away with it.
That might have been a huge mistake by the Bobcats holding for that long.
We are down to a minute. Into Raphael. Raphael to tie. No. And then he fouls. Does not send the Bobcats to the line, only the 5th team foul. Bobcats have the ball and the lead, 53 seconds in regulation.
Yeah, again, you love the aggressiveness by Raphael. Just maybe a little bit more seasoning at this Peach Belt Conference level, and he'll be good to go.
See if Dip chooses to foul. Doesn't appear so. Again, Mitchell Laflemme burns clock. 10 on the shot clock. Over to Thomas. Jordan drives on Darren. Scrap for the basketball. Jordan takes the shot. It doesn't fall. Dean pulls down. 22 seconds. No shot clock. Dips like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah. 15. Jags looking to tie.
At some point here, Bobcats might want to think about fouling.
There it is. They are also not in the bonus. 7 seconds to go. Jags will inbound. 7 seconds to go, trailing by 2. Kind of surprised Dip has not called a timeout, but here we go. Timeout, Bobcats. All right, 7 seconds to go in regulation. Jags down 2. They have the basketball. They will inbound. Here we go.
You've got the last shot, but you want to be able to get the most accurate shot you
Dean
can.
slams it home.
He's like, we don't need no shot clock. We don't need no game clock to respond. I got this. I'm taking it straight to the house and emphatically.
If that goes, it does not. We're going to overtime.
It's like, this is my house, this is my yard, and doggone if I have anything to say about it, we're going into OT.
We'll be back. On the campus of Augusta University with Blake Collins and Robert Ambrose. I'm John Patrick. We're going to play at least 5 more minutes of basketball. We're tied at 62. And here we go. Troy gets the basketball and Tyree gets it over to Troy on the right side. Back to Tyree. On the shot clock. Dean drives again. Pulls up. It tucks the shot. Darren follows up. Nice basket by Darren.
Yeah, the only thing that went wrong with that play for Georgia College outside of the boxing out was Thomas didn't box out really well and gave the Jags.
Thomas backs his man up and went off the Jags. Says it went off Dean.
That was great discipline there by Dean Williams to keep with him, backing him down, and then when he lost the ball, no contact given on Dean's part. So that was tremendous defense by Dean.
Mitchell LaFlamme will inbound after we do a little more housekeeping.
You think if you could see the divots on a hardwood court, it would be just as bad as a football field would be? If you could actually see the divots on a hardwood?
Mitchell LaFlamme inbounds.
Yep.
Gets it to Roberts. Roberts and Raphael. It's triple team, dishes off to Isaac Roberts for the basket. I'm sorry, Isaac Thomas for the basket. And we're tied at 64.
Now you're in for a heavyweight bout, back and forth. Both teams trying to lock down the win.
Raphael backs up, takes the shot, makes the shot, little right-handed hook.
That was so pretty, crisp, clean, and a soft touch to boot. Man, oh man, he has got tremendous presence down low, there's Raphael.
He's got 14 on the afternoon. Thomas drives in, draws the foul, did not make the layup, but will go to the line. This foul, I think, is on Darren. Second foul on Darren. Jordan Thomas will go to the line, shooting a pair.
Let's see if they can improve on their free throw shooting. This game has not been as pretty as they'd like it to be.
Makes the first. Sampson back in for the Bobcats. Makes them both. Ties the game at 66. Raphael cannot convert. Thomas with the rebound. Gets it to Mitchell LaFlamme, and once again, they'll cook some clock.
Sizing up which way he wants to go.
Gets it to Ryerson. And to Jordan. Jordan back to Isaac. Isaac's shot rolls in.
Good job on the soft touch there, kissing it off the rim.
Bobcats back up by 2. Long three, no good. Raphael misses. Sampson pulls down that rebound. One would assume Mitchell LaFlamme will again burn some clock. Drives in the lane, throws up the shot, it doesn't go. Jack at the court now, Darren on 2 minutes.
Yeah, the Bobcats are wanting a call, but they aren't getting it.
Inside to Raphael. Gets it batted away. Saved, back out. Troy for 3, no good. Too hard, Raphael with a follow-up, it falls. And Dip wants a timeout. 1:39 to go. First overtime, we're tied at 68. Go. First overtime, we're tied at 68. We were tied at 62 after regulation. Bobcats have the basketball. Leflem gets it to Jordan Thomas. Roberts sets the pick. Jordan drives down the lane. Ball is batted away. Jags come away with it. Darren up the court. Gets it to Raphael, who drives in, cannot score. And Isaac Thomas down the court to Roberts. And a foul. Good foul there by Dean.
Man, you don't ever see that often either. 3 outworking a 5 to stop on a fast break. And then on the other way to try to block. That was a good possession from both teams, but it's a tough break for the Jags with the foul.
4th foul on Dean. It'll send Roberts to the line. He's got 8 points. He'll be shooting 2. And the first one does not fall.
Still a little bit too hard and a little bit to the left of where he wanted to shoot it.
He does make the second. All right, Jags find themselves down 1. Tyree with the basketball. Gets it over to Karen, who gets it back to Tyree right side. Top of the key. Troy for 3. No. But he's fouled.
It's an ill-advised foul there by the Bobcats.
And Troy will go to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, Simpson came in way late and tried to defend him a little bit too late, and Troy drew the foul on him.
First free throw ties the game.
But this, in a way, this works out in the Bobcats' favor because now, if Troy makes all these, it's a 2-point possession, so they can tie it easily with a 2 on the other end.
Second one falls. That's falling also. Makes all 3.
So now the trick for the Bobcats is try to devise a way to break through this defense that has been so tenacious for the Jags.
51 seconds in the first overtime. Jags are up 2. 71-69.
And you want to try to work it around the presence of Dean Williams as well because he's been a hawk, as we mentioned before, with blocking the basketball this game.
Mitchell Laflemme with the basketball. Tries to go inside. They put out of bounds. Too high for Roberts. Ryerson comes back in for Roberts. Jags, we'll see if the Bobcats will foul here. Let's see what the Bobcat strategy is.
If they don't do it on this possession, they more than likely will on the next.
Get it back to Tyree, over to Darren. Darren backs it up. 30 seconds to go. Back to Tyree. Jags now cooking some clock. 10 on the shot clock. Tyree for 2. Good! That's 15 seconds. Mitchell Laflemme drives in, dishes back out. Jordan Roberts fires the 3, no good. Jags get the basketball and the foul. Jags may have just secured this victory.
Yeah, and the key to that was, too, there was a little hesitation down low to where Thomas had an open and severely clear 3-point shot look at the basketball, with that little hesitation closed that gap, and it might have closed the chances for Georgia College to get back into this game.
And the Bobcats want a timeout. 6 seconds to go. Jags up 4. All right, Raphael will go to the line. He'll shoot 1 and 1. Makes the first.
If he sinks this one in, it may be over.
Yep, Jags will just back off, let him go down the court.
Yep. And that's all she wrote.
He does miss that one. Still a 5-point lead. Down the court quickly. Thomas fires the 3. No good. That's going to be your ball game. Your final score, the Jags beat the Bobcats 74-69. Jags move to 4-2 on the year. Win their first conference game. The Bobcats fall to 4-3. As we check stats, Bobcats 28 of 70 from the field for 40%. Jaguars were 24 of 59 for 41%. Bobcats shooting threes, 6 of 15. Jags 7 of 23 for just 30%. Bobcats were just 7 of 14 from the free throw line for 50%. Jags were 15 of 19 for 79%. Jordan Thomas led everybody with 24 points. Isaac Thomas had 16. Cole Roberts with 9. Wesley Simpson with 6. Desmond Mitchell-Laflamme had 6. Carlton Collins with 5. Ryerson with 2. Cave with 1. Rafael Mantero led the Jags with 18. Troy Cracknell with 15. Dean Williams had 14. Darren Lucas White with 9. Tyree Myers with 7. Miguel had 5. Tybez with only 2 this afternoon. So the Jags move to 4-2. They will be back here at Christenberry Fieldhouse on Thursday morning at 11 as they will take on Emmanuel in the annual education game. Blake and Robert will have some post-game for you. We will see you Thursday.
So just as a little quick update, we are hoping to get Dean Williams up here for an interview. We don't know yet if that'll be possible, but we are working on that. But a heck of a win by the Jags in their first conference opener. Making it crazy close going into OT, but the Jags defense and the offense come to life at the very end of it. Stay tuned. We will be back to hopefully have an interview. If not, we will come back and wrap things up. back, everybody, into the show. We are very fortunate to have with us one of the defensive stars of the game and also contributed a heck of a lot of points as well, Mr. Dean Williams.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming up here. And I want to first ask you about the win against South Carolina. That was monumental for the school,
definitely.
going to a Division I school, upsetting them, and how that built chemistry within the team going forward.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's just a great test of, what we're putting in practice, to go against some of, the best players in the country, It's just a different level of physicality, and I think, it showed today, especially on defense, that once we really put the F in and become determined to get stops, we can actually do it. So
yeah, because you guys had tremendous stops on defense. You were playing tight. Raphael stepped up in a huge way as a force down low. He's been coming on strong. That's why he had a very good game in that South Carolina game as well. And then you had Troy stepping up big time as well on the interior and on defense. So an all-around great game. So let me ask you this: what type of strategy did you guys come in and prepare for your conference opener?
I mean, just going back and looking at film, obviously we had the first couple of games at Barton and against Mount Olive. When we went and looked back, we really locked in defensively then, and then sort of later on in the next couple of games, we sort of faded away from what we were doing in those two games. So we went back, watched film, and took the good points away from it and showed that once we really, like I said, put the effort in, we're going to get stops. So offense isn't really that much of a worry for us. It just comes naturally to some of our players. So we just decided to step it up on defense, and we got the job done today.
Is there any eye and any hunger for taking the Beach Ball Conference this year?
Oh, definitely. A couple of guys just our last year, so we got something to prove. Especially our freshman year, losing by 1 point. We know what it's like to get there. We know what it's like to lose there too. So I think we should remember that every day, every practice, come in and be determined to leave here with something to show.
Yeah, that drive will definitely take you far. It's like we were talking about with the volleyball girls. That hunger kept them driving all the way through, and they did well in the playoffs. So that was awesome. And then talk a little bit about the leadership that you, Aaron, and a lot of the seniors provide for this squad as they mature and grow into the style of Jaguars basketball.
Yeah, especially us being here through all of the 4 years. We obviously know Dip as a coach, and we know what really gets us going on the court. So we just use our experience of being here for 4 years, being in the Peach Bowl for 4 years, playing the same teams to really get ahead, kind of catch the freshmen up to what other teams like to do, where their main guys are, and then a lot of them just step up really well. So we don't really have to do that much, to be honest. They're a great bunch of guys, really try hard. So they're giving us a lot this year.
And last question, real quick: when you're faced like that, going down low, in such a presence as you are, talk about what you see as the ball's coming to you, and how you react to get to the level that you are.
I mean, for me, I feel like I attract a lot of attention down there. So especially on the initial catch, look weak side, because a lot of teams they turn their heads a lot. So obviously, if you hit that skip pass, you got a wide open shot. So a lot of my teammates are good at spotting up and opening their mouth and making eye contact. So if the pass isn't there first, just go down there, go to work. And if they sag it again off the first move, it's just a kick out. So
that's awesome. That's brilliant stuff, Mr. Dean. Thank you so much for coming on, and hope you have a blessed rest of your night. And thank you again, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Folks, we will be right back in a minute to wrap things up. Dean, thank you, sir. Yep. So we'll come back and wrap it up. I'll kind of recap a little bit of what he said, and then hand it back over to you for the scoreboard, and then we're done.
I mean, I might just be back for the scoreboard